The door doesn't just close anymore, it locks. You stand in the hallway, staring at the wood grain, wondering when your child turned into a stranger. You think it's the teenage years. You think it's the hormones. But here's the truth you aren't seeing. Your home hasn't been a home for a long time. To them, it's a surveillance state. It started small, a deep clean of their room that was actually a warrantless search. You told yourself you were just fluffing the pillow, but they saw the way the notebook was moved 2 inches to the left. They saw the trail of Windex you never actually used. That was the moment the bridge cracked. Adolescence is a desperate search for a self, but you can't build a self if someone is always watching over your shoulder. When you read 3 pages of that diary, just to be sure they're okay, you didn't find the truth. You just taught them to hide it better. And here is the irony. The more you investigate, the more they vanish. You check their phone like a TSA agent at a security gate. You think you're staying informed, but they've already moved their life to the 16 other apps you don't even know exist. They aren't becoming safer, they're becoming architects of a second life. You're tracking their GPS like an Amazon package. Why were you at McDonald's for 12 minutes? To you, it's love. To them, it's a crime scene timeline. They can feel you refreshing that app in their soul. Every micropause in your text screams, "I see everything." So they stop being real. They start performing. They give you the church brochure version of their life. The sunsets, the smiles, the Labrador filters. While the really real version slides further into the shadows. Stop for a second. Do you remember what it felt like to have a secret? To have a thought that was yours and yours alone? Privacy isn't a luxury, it's a human requirement. When you remove the door, you don't remove the behavior. You just remove the safe place to process it. You think you're a protector, but in their eyes, you're a storm chaser who misreads every cloud. You see partly cloudy and assume a Category 5 emotional hurricane. You stage an intervention for a situation that doesn't exist. And now they actually are depressed because nowhere in this house is theirs. Every guilt trip, every "I have a right to know," every comparison to the neighbor's kid, it's just an emotional juice extractor. You aren't earning trust, you're extracting compliance. And trust extracted is just a well-packaged lie. They would have told you about Tyler. They would have shared the stress of that math final. But they only share when they believe privacy exists. Your teen isn't shutting you out because they're bad. They're shutting you out because you accidentally taught them that they don't deserve to exist without an audience. Here is the revolutionary shift. Dust around the journal. Vacuum without looking under the mattress. Knock. And actually wait for a yeah. Trust is built through the things you choose not to look at. It's built in the space you give them to be imperfect, without a witness. The question isn't, what are they hiding? The question is, have you made yourself someone they want to let in? Because an invasion only builds better hiding spots. But connection? Connection builds a home where the door stays open. Because they no longer feel the need to hide behind it.